Grandmaster Nightfalls are up in Destiny, and naturally you want to make them as easy as possible. Who wouldn't? Well, now you can. Mako's Buck here, and today let's go over a borderline broken Titan build. Kicking it off with our exotic armor piece, and that is going to be Cuirass of the Fallen Star. Cuirass comes with the exotic perk, Glorious Charge, which greatly increases your Thunder Crash damage and grants you damage resistance after impact. Melee final blows, while amplified, grant you super energy as well. Wearing this chest piece will make it so you can one-shot any champion with your T-Crash after it is stunned. Moving on to another important piece of this build, and that is going to be our exotic weapon, Monarque. Arrows fired quickly after full draw become poison arrows. Precision hits with poison arrows stun the combatant and spread poison to nearby enemies. This bow also stuns overload champions. We are pairing Monarque with this build because of a few key pieces of the artifact. The first one being Volatile Marksman, Rapid Void Weapon precision hits and Rapid Void Weapon final blows grant volatile rounds. When you have the boost active, volatile detonations grant class ability energy. To activate this boost, you just have to have your Tome of Want active. Another key piece of the artifact mod is going to be Flashover. When you gain maximum bolt charge, you also become amplified. And lightning bolts from bolt charge deal more damage. I will place the full artifact setup in the description of the video below. And with that said, let's get into the subclass setup. As you may have guessed, we are going with Arc Titan on the Thunder Crash super. Abilities will be Rally Barricade, I prefer Catapult Lift, Melee will be Thunderclap, and lastly the Pulse Grenade. Our first aspect will be Storm's Keep. Cast your class ability to grant a moderate amount of bolt charge stacks to you and nearby allies. While behind your barricade, you and allies gain stacks of bolt charge over time, and your weapons can discharge max stacks of bolt charge. This pairs incredibly well with Monarque, causing you to deal massive damage over time with lemon ticks and calling down lightning strikes every few bow shots. Also, because of the super regen changes, all of this dot damage causes you to gain super energy at an incredible rate. Our other aspect is going to be Knockout. Critically wounding a target or breaking their shield infuses your melee attacks with arc energy and increases your melee range and damage for a short time. Defeating targets with melee attacks makes you amplified and restores a portion of your health. Our fragments are going to be Spark of Resistance. While surrounded by combatants, you are more resistant to incoming damage. Spark of Frequency. While amplified, you gain increased stacks of bolt charge from all sources. Spark of Ions. Defeating a jolted target or defeating a target with bolt charge creates an ionic trace. And lastly, Spark of Discharge. Collecting an ionic trace grants you a stack of bolt charge. We have already covered our exotic weapon Monarque, so now let's go over our heavy weapon and kinetic slot weapon. In the kinetic slot, I am running a Chill Clip Riptide, as fusions will stun unstoppable champions while Chill Clip will slow and freeze nearby enemies. This also pairs nicely with our artifact perk, Particle Reconstruction. Dealing damage with fusions or linear fusions partially refills the magazine from reserves and grants them bonus damage for a short duration against that target. If you are doing a GM that has anti-barriers instead of unstops, you can swap this out for a Chill Clip Tenacious Mastery or the Crafted Lead from Gold One for All the Call Strand Rocket Sidearm. Your heavy weapon is truly preference. I am running a Void Heavy for synergy with surges, and my preference is the Corrective Measure Machine Gun with destabilizing rounds and killing tally. Moving on to our armor mods, on the helmet is going to be Void Siphon, Heavy Ammo Finder, and Heavy Ammo Scout. Arms are going to be Fastball, so you can throw your nades further. Bolstering Detonation grants class ability energy when you cause damage with a grenade, and Focusing Strike grants class ability energy when you cause damage with a powered melee. Chest will be Sniper Damage Resistance to give you DR against long-range enemies and GMs, Concussive Dampener, and Harmonic Resistance. Moving on to the legs, and we're going with Recuperation, replenishes health each time you pick up an Orb of Power, and Double Void Weapon Surge to buff the damage of our Monarque, and Corrective Measure when we pick up an Orb of Power. And lastly, our mark is going to be Powerful Attraction. Casting a barricade will pick up nearby orbs of power. Reaper, your next weapon final blow shortly after casting your barricade will generate an orb of power, and Bomber, casting your barricade will grant grenade energy. Your stat goals for this build will be 100 Resilience for free damage resistance, 100 Discipline for grenade charge, and I would go into super energy last. However, Monarque is going to bring back your super quick regardless. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn those notifications on. See you next time.